Hello, everyone, and welcome to Soulprism Podcast, where we share bite-sized nuggets of wisdom for your body, mind, and soul to support you as you serve on a spectrum. My name is Tammy Mack, and I'm super excited to be here and to share this week's transmission as we move into the Capricorn full moon, which we do on Thursday, July 13th, 14th, depending on where you are. So this Capricorn, it's a super full moon. So it really is super powerful. And I really enjoy this moon because I am a Capricorn ascendant, rising sun. And so I really can feel into the Capricorn energies. So this Capricorn supermoon is, the theme of it is to stay in alignment with your bigger vision and your soul purpose. And so really connecting to, in the Capricorn theme, what is your drive? What is your purpose? What is your mission? What do you love to work through, within? How do you like to show up as the Capricorn and use this energy in your life? When we look at Capricorn in astrology, it is an earth element, so it's very grounded, and it's a cardinal sign, which means it's very initiating. They're leaders. The ruling planet of Capricorn is Saturn, and in astrology, we look at them as very ambitious, very determined. They're very materialistic due to it being in an earth sign, and they tend to be very strong. They'll go where others, give up before they get to. They're like the mighty mountain goat. So Capricorns, they tend to keep a small condensed circle, and they're very loyal and supportive to their friends and to their loved ones in their life. Grounded by Cancer, where we see, our shell, our circle of friends, what feels like home to us, who do we open up our hearts to? They tend to live a very luxurious life. Once again, the sensual life connecting to the earth element. And they really enjoy comfort and success that they work for. I was picking Saskatoon berries in Waccamaw Valley, where I live. And I was thinking about, the best berries that the berries that taste the best are the ones that you worked for, the ones that you picked yourself. This is very much a Capricorn theme. It tastes sweeter. Success tastes sweeter when you've worked for it. Capricorns are grounded, and they can sometimes focus on the negative, the shadow, the ego of staying safe and comfortable rather than aspiring to the high potentials that they're here to do. Once again, we're seeing the axis of the Capricorn and the Cancer, where in the shadow state, where we gain wisdom from, is being really comfortable in our home, in our life, in our friends, so that we can aspire higher. But we need that safeness, that feeling of safeness first, in order for us to reach higher potentials. When we look at Capricorn in the tarot, we see that it's the devil sign, the devil card. And I know a lot of people get like a little scared when they see the devil card. Once again, it's one of my favorite cards because it really talks about the duality, right? The duality of our ego and what it is that we think we want, what our ego tells us, what our mind tells us what we want, and then what it is that we truly, really, in our heart, soul, in our body, what is it that we really, really want? So it is the picture of Pan, right? The half man, half goat, nature god, and he's reigning over the dark fury hell. When we think about the dark fury hell and what it could potentially mean for you, it's being trapped, feeling trapped by your need to succeed, being trapped by always reaching those highest potentials, and being trapped by always wanting to work harder, and you forget to come back to what really feels good to you. So the Capricorn, they have this constant need to get to the top, right? No matter what. And they can often feel like a victim, or I call it the sister of circumstances, because they're pushing and striving so hard, and they make things harder than they have to be sometimes. And so they bump up against themselves. They bump up against the circumstances in life, especially when they want something and it's not happening fast enough for them. And so they can feel a victim of their circumstance instead of the creatrix of the matrix, which we all are. So much like the mountain goat's tireless and eternal work ethic, the need and the greed of material wealth, right? Like they want lots of money to pay for the luxurious and comfortable life that they truly desire. So the devil's about feeling trapped or stuck in creating your own personal hell. On the other hand of this axis, we have the Cancer and our sun. We are in Cancer season right now. And this is our emotions. This is connected to the water element. It's very mutable. It's very changeable. And the ruling planet is the moon. So the Cancer can be tenacious. They can be highly imaginative because they're connected to their emotions. They're very loyal to their family and their friends who are in their, their immediate surroundings, their home life. They're sympathetic, they're empathetic, and they can be quite persuasive. And once again, this is connecting also to the Capricorn, right? The wanting to succeed and being persuasive through it. They could be, on the flip side of that, they could be moody, pessimistic, suspicious, manipulative, and insecure. Once again, the shadow side of it, of not really having a full sense of self, and therefore not being strong in their empowerment and reaching potentials that weren't even theirs in the first place. When we think about the Cancer, we connect this to our mom, right? The maternal side, the ancestral side of our family. And we connect this to self-mothering ourselves, right? Really giving ourselves unconditional love, no matter what. And when you feel into this sense of unconditional love for yourself, you are able to open up your heart even more. You become less guarded. Now, Cancers, they tend to guard themselves. They guard. They put this protective shell around the ooey gooiness of their heart, of their emotions. And so, because they don't want to be vulnerable, they're very sensitive, and so they put on a tough shell or a tough exterior to protect the softness within. So Cancer, in this Cancer season, you may have experienced some family stuff going on, connecting to your emotions, how you feel in your body, how you feel in your house, how you feel in your home. And I love the beautiful access between the Capricorn and the Cancer, because once again, like I said, when you feel comfortable, when you feel safe, when you feel secure, when you feel as though that you can open up your heart to give and receive, you get to be grounded, you get to use the Capricorn, you get to use that in its highest expression of, okay, I'm feeling gratitude, I'm feeling safe, I'm feeling secure. It's time for me to go to that next level, to reach higher to that next potential. I have the energy to do the work, if I so choose, to get me to that next level. So then I can have that next level of comfort, of sensuality, of what it is that I want to experience in my home, in my life. Cancer is depicted by the Chariot. There we go. The Chariot. So we see the Chariot. Once again, we see the duality there with the Chariot. We have the duality between the two sphinxes, right? The two cats. This card shows a brave warrior, right? Whether you are the creatrix or the warrior, or however you feel that you are. And he wears the armor decorated in moons because the Cancer is related to the moon. And he has an armor around himself. Now, although he appears to be driving, moving forward, he's actually in flow. He's actually not pushing, not striving, but he's actually in flow, which means that he controls his strength of will and his mind by being in flow. So he stands tall. He's about taking action and moving forward. However, being grounded in his emotions, being grounded in flow, in the rhythm of life. So this really is symbolic of being in flow, being comfortable in your emotions and able to open up and connect not only to the earthly matters, but connect to your emotions and connect to the celestial matters as well. Time for the human design aspect. So Cancer, once again, the sun is moving into gate 62 in human design, details and preparation. This is in the throat chakra, right? It's in the throat chakra connecting to the gate 17. Whether or not your chart, if you look at your chart, whether or not it's colored in red or black or red or black, half of the circuitry, the full circuitry, you have all of the chart. You truly, truly do. The way that you experience the energy is unique to you. So if it is colored in, it means that you have your own unique way of moving through this energy. If it is white, this means you get to experience other ways of how this energy moves through you. You get to experience it through the people that you meet. You get to experience it through the planetary alignments and the collective consciousness, or how everyone else is moving through this. And this will show up, of course, in the news, and this will show up in many different themes in life, social media, however it is that you take in the collective consciousness. So there's lots of different ways that you experience your human design. And this is why I absolutely love connecting people with their human design, because it really allows you to understand how your energy is meant to move through you. And the more you're in alignment with your energy, the more that you get to use the law of attraction. You get to manifest, right? Manifestation, in my terms, is pure alignment. Pure alignment. Okay. So sun is moving into the gate 62 of details and preparation. So this is coming from the throat, and it really talks about organizing and planning. It's very logical, right? Very logical. And what happens with this is that in the shadow aspect, people tend to over prepare. They tend to get really, really stuck in the details. There's this feeling of, because it's moving to the ajna, this wanting to connect to certainty and not trusting. And so instead you are coming back to what is logical, what is tried and true. How can I organize? How can I be very detail orientated so that I feel safe in order for me to move forward in my plans? So people with this energy, especially if it's in their sun, they're the type that are fail to plan, plan to fail. That is their mantra. That is their kind of theme in life. And this is the balance of surrendering to trust and flow, and trust that you will need to know what you need to know when you need to know it. Right? The next step will be shown to you when you are embodied in yourself, when you are in alignment, and when you are empowered by what it is that you truly want in life. The next step will be shown to you through your strategy. So whether you need to be invited or recognized, whether you're following your sacral impulse, whether you are allowing that creative energy to move through you, whether you are talking this out for 30 days through your lunar cycle, finding what that next aligned step and allowing the universe to bring it to you and answering that, as opposed to trying to figure it out and being so stressed out that you burn yourself out mentally and you don't have the energy to receive. Now, the moon and the earth are both in gate 61, mystery and wonder. So it's in the crown, in the head. The full moon is about releasing your blocks, releasing what no longer serves you, so you can manifest what you started during the new moon. Now, the gate 61, the mystery, the wonder, is trying to answer the question of why. And this once again comes back into the victim mentality, the sister circumstances. Why does this keep happening to me? Why is this happening to me? And there's two different ways that we can look at why. I talk to my clients all the time about changing the vibration of your why. Instead of asking, why does this keep happening to me? Why does this keep happening for me? Instead of being stuck in the emotion of the moment, why not take a step back further, see the bigger picture, so then you can see the bigger picture as to your why. So sometimes things happen to us to give us more wisdom, to give us more understanding, so we can know ourselves more. Sometimes we may not have been in alignment with our path, with our purpose, with what we were, wanting, perhaps in our mind or in our heart, what we wanted, but there was a dissonance in our energy. And so the universe brought us something that we wanted in our dissonance, and it wasn't truly what we wanted, but it was what showed up because our energy was not in total alignment. And we needed a little bit more information for us to be grounded into the bigger picture of what is it that I really want at the end of the day. And so getting out of the stickiness of the messy middle. But we need to get through that messy middle in order to go forward, right? So the only way past is through. And so really gaining the lessons and the wisdom of that why. Why did that happen for me? So we can gain the wisdom so that might not never happen again, or it's going to happen in a different way, but really connecting to the bigger picture of your why. So if you want to take this into a journaling practice, and if you're going to be doing this on Wednesday or Thursday during the full moon in Capricorn, I tend to feel these energies a lot earlier. So I've kind of already been doing the groundwork for this and seeing what more comes up. But I invite you during the full moon on the 13th and 14th, wherever you are. And really, you can even start on the 12th, whatever feels good to you, how open you are in your design, how connected you are to the lunar cycle. Answer these questions. Do you feel called to be or to have a bigger purpose in your life? In human design, we talk about our incarnation cross. And I've had a lot of clients asking me about their legacy, what they're here to leave, what their bigger picture is, right? And sometimes we can lose sight of that. We can lose sight of that when we're so busy in the messy middle that we forget what it is that we really, really want, desire, even if it's ego-driven, right? What is it that we really want? What is our bigger picture, bigger purpose? For me, it is Soulprism Collective. This is what grounds me. This is what drives me. This is why I keep showing up. This is why I do the work. This is an empire And I always hear that projectors don't build empires. And perhaps we don't, but we sure as hell lead them. And so when I am working in my magic, when I am creating, when I do what I love to do, I'm noticing that energetically it starts to come into place. I'm not really building it, but it still is coming around me, and I'm connecting to my generators and people in my life that are going to help me build this. But I'm here to lead it, right? So that's mine, right? Soulprism Collective, Soulprism Podcast, eventually Soulprism Membership, and Soulprism Mastermind. That's my baby. That's my dream, right? That's my dream that I'm dreaming into being. What is yours? Are you a sister of circumstance? Where can you let go of your victim mentality? Where can you let go of blaming others? And for many of us, especially if you are a projector or reflector or manifestor, but many of us, we blame ourselves more than we blame others. So where are you being a sister of circumstance, and where can you let go of that victim mentality? When we let go of that victim mentality, we release it, and then we can allow more into our lives. Do you align to your bigger vision on a daily basis? Do you wake up in the morning, remember your dream, remember your vision, remember your alignment, your embodiment, why you're here? And do you stay in alignment with your soul purpose? I did a podcast earlier about how do you wake up in the morning? Like, do you wake up still floundering in a sea of consciousness? And do you instantly grab your phone so that you can connect, so that you can feel as though that you're connected, instead of coming into your own embodiment, coming into your own energetic alignment before reaching for that phone and seeing what's going on in the world? Really, looking at your day. What thoughts, stories, and emotions are you ready to release to allow alignment and more manifestations into your life? So this is the bigger picture of what it is that I am here to do, what I love to do, how I love to help my soulmate clients, is releasing the blocks, releasing those negative patterns, releasing those stories that keep you stuck in your victimhood, and get ready to tell a bigger story. Get ready to tell a more juicy story that feels good to you in your body, mind, and soul, that you can come back into alignment on a daily basis, on a moment-to-moment basis, whenever you're feeling stuck, whenever you're feeling out of flow, whenever you are in the stinking thinking. Having that story, that alignment, and that bigger dream is going to juice you up. It's going to remember why you're here. It's going to remind you why you've come here and what you are here to do on a daily basis. And of course, in a bigger thing of life, whether it's your legacy, your mission, or your soul purpose. So I have a couple of offerings that I'm super excited to share. Both of them are free, and I'm going to share the way to get in the show notes below. Last week, we did a Creatrix of Your Money Matrix Facebook challenge. And this is to break free from your money blocks and start attracting more wealth and abundance in your life. One of, I find, the biggest themes is in receiving. We don't make money unless you work in a printing factory, printing out money. You ain't making money, right? We create ways for abundance, for money to flow into our life, right? We either go to work, we either, build a business, we create ways for money, abundance, wealth to flow into our life. But so many times we don't feel worthy enough, or we feel we have to work for it, or we make it harder than it has to be. So this 5-day challenge really is aligning to your human design, releasing some of your family and your core conditioning, letting go of the mistakes that you've made, having a plan, really doing that deep dive into your stories, and then having a bigger dream. So we went through a meditation where we really align to that perfect day, whether it's 5 years, whether it's 10 years into the future, where money wasn't an issue and you were living out your dream life and really having that dream. I know a lot of people don't like to be in a Facebook group, which is why I actually put it on my website. So you don't have to be flipping through looking for all of the day 1, day 2. Instead, it's in a really easy way where you can watch them every single day. And there's a space where you can comment below if you want any more guidance or you have any more questions. So Creatrix of your money matrix, it's a 5-day Creatrix challenge. The second offering I want to share with you today is Wisdom of the Energy Centers. It is a PDF download that I created, and it's an activation guide. So it actually has affirmations for each of the 64 gates in the human design system and gives you a little bit of insight into each of the energy centers. So if you're really brand new to human design, this is a great way of really getting a little information on each of the energy centers. And then with the affirmations, just a little affirmation for each of your gates. The way that I like to do it is I like to read all of them because we are all of the chart. But this is open up for however it is that you want to experience the wisdom of the energy centers, right? It's in a really abundant way for you to download and read on your own time and come back to whenever you need it. If you want to work with me, I'm leaving my link tree below in the show notes as well. So if you wanted to book a soul session, I generally don't do foundational reads as much anymore. What I do is soul sessions. So I use your human design chart and I use channeled messages and I really connect to your energy and really give you guidance, give you messages, connect to your soul, and through question and answering and really connecting with each other, really connecting to what that next aligned step is, especially if you're stuck, especially if you're feeling that you're not in alignment and you want more of that, right? You want to know what your next step is. If you do want something further, if you're wanting more support, I do have Dive in Diva as well. This is my signature one-on-one where we go 3 months. We go deep, deep, deep. I am a deep diver. We go really, really deep, not only in your astrology and your human design, in your gene keys, but once again, into your soul, right? Your soul lessons, your soul purpose. And we do a lot of healing through that as well, whether it's through quantum alignment system, whether it's through meditation, whether it's through an energetic exchange. You are fully supported for 90 days through Voxer as well, which is a walkie-talkie system where we can chat back and forth and I can serve you and guide you in the moment. Okay, that's it, everyone. I hope you have a fantastic week. Please feel free to reach out in any way and anytime. Have a great week.